Hey, what's up, you guys? I just wanted to talk to you today. This is going to be a, in-your-face story time, because I didn't set up my tripod, so here we are in the office, like right in front of you here. And I'm going to be referencing some notes I have to the side here, so if you see me look off, that's what that's about, because it's kind of a long story time, and I have some notes that I wrote out about what I wanted to say, so I just wanted to make sure that it is getting covered. So basically, I'm 32, and for a while now I've been trying to like get my shit together. I feel like everybody my age, I hope, has that moment where you're like, okay, am I doing enough? Am I like doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life? Have I like done everything I need to do? Like, kind of, I don't know. It's like a mini crisis, not a major crisis, but I feel like a lot of stuff that I have wanted to do, I have done, and I feel accomplished in that. But I feel like there are some things that I still have not been able to like motivate myself to figure out and be able to accomplish, and that's really bugging me. So I'm trying to like make the rest of this year really count and accomplish some things. And like one of my major things that I have going on is like weight, but I feel like that's been going on for so long at this point. I mean, it sounds bad to be like, I almost given up on it, but it's just such a major thing that I'm continuing to work on all the time. But that's a side note. So I feel like that's such a hard thing for me to accomplish that I feel like I want to get one maybe smaller thing accomplished first. That way I have a little bit more motivation and I feel like a little bit more confident in my ability to finish said other difficult task of losing weight. So my other issue has been procrastinating on things. So I'm terrible about procrastinating. Like, I used to be way worse, and I've gotten a little bit better, but at the same time, I haven't accomplished like my ultimate goal on it yet. My ultimate goal, and a lot of the procrastination I have is like on doing things I don't want to do. Like, I mean, everybody probably has some procrastination in that department. Like, as far as chores, like, once I'm cleaning and I'm doing it, I feel better about it, and I love having things clean and organized. And it sounds really weird because I do a lot of cleaning and organizing on my channel, but I have to like really motivate myself to do it. And I feel like some of the reason why I did the channel was to like be more motivating. Like, okay, well, you can't make a video if you don't have, like, if you're not cleaning. So obviously that's gonna be a problem. So some of this, and I've been working on this for years, like trying to get some sort of a system where I feel like I can accomplish it, where it's not going to be too exhausting. Like right now, what I end up doing is I put off all my chores. Like I just put it off, put it off, put it off, put it off. Sunday rolls around, I'm like, oh crap, like the house is a pigsty. That's why you had that ultimate clean with me, because it's like the house is a pigsty and now I've got to like do all this stuff because I don't want to start the week with like a bunch of dishes. I don't want to start with like a bunch of clothes. I don't want to have like crap everywhere, you know? And you've been putting it off too long. Like, why have you been doing that? And I mean, I feel like some of it's because I don't have kids, so I can kind of get away with it. But it's annoying at the same time. Like, I'm annoyed with my own self, but when I get home, I don't feel like doing anything. I'm like tired from work. I don't want to buckle down and do stuff. So, it's been a problem and I've been dealing with it for a long time. So I'm trying to like really get on board with it. I was recommended the book Sync Reflections, and I read that, and I feel like that helped quite a bit. I mean, it makes so much sense, and it's almost stupid how like logical it is and how dumb I feel for not doing it already. So basically, the book's premise is when you avoid chores and you have those moments, and I have them way too often, where people will be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna show up in an hour. George's family, you know who you are. And like, I'll be there in an hour, or I'll be there in 2 hours. And I'm like, oh my God, our house is gross. Like, top to bottom disgusting. Like, I don't even have clothes on. Like, it's a mess. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. And it's like a hustle moment. And you don't realize how much you can accomplish in an hour when you have people come into your house and you're freaking out. So I don't want to have to live like that anymore. It would be nice if someone were like, oh, I'm going to come over in an hour. I'd be like, oh, cool. I'll just like, you know, pick up one thing and, you know, put on some better clothes than, you know, like be pantsless. You know, I'll put on pants, and like, would that be so much more calming? Like, why am I making myself so much more stressed? So I don't know why I haven't figured that out yet. This has been an ongoing struggle. So Anyway, so after reading that book, it made so much sense. Basically, the premise of the book is that you have things that you do every night that you have to get accomplished. Like, there's no way around it. It's just general maintenance sort of things. Like, you go and you pick up around the house every night. You put your dishes in the dishwasher. Like, you're just doing like tiny a little bit of maintenance-y stuff, okay? But then every day of the week, you would have a zone to clean. Now, I've created my own zones. Like, I've already wrote this out and everything, and kind of like what days I think would work better for certain zones. And sorry, I keep looking up to, like, I'm supposed to be looking down, but the lens thing's flapped up, so I'm like tempted to look right at it. So if it looks goofy, I'm sorry. So basically, you do the things that you have to do every single day, like on a schedule. You know, I go and we cook, we do the dishes, we go ahead and put them in the dishwasher, they're loaded up. We may not run the dishwasher because there's only 2 of us and we don't run it as often, but they're loaded up. There's a clean sink at the end of the day. So I think that's why they call it sink reflections, okay? Then you go and you clean the sink, you know, so it's like not all gross and crusty and stuff like that. So you clean the sink, you put away anything that's like left out right away. And then, like for us, we have other things too. Sorry, I'm looking at my list here of things that we normally would need to do. Like, for example, like make the lunch for the next day. Because right now I'm notorious for, okay, I'll make it in the morning. I'll just wake up early. I've never woke up early. Who am I kidding? Like, I don't know why the next day I think I'm going to be like a superwoman. No, that's not how this works. Like, I'm not a morning person. Why am I kidding myself and saying I am? Okay. Lies. Okay. So at night I need to pack my lunch and just have it done. That way in the morning when I wake up at the last minute, it'll be there. Or if I'm packing George's lunch to be nice, I'll pack his lunch, we'll be good. Doing the dishes, washing the counters off of the kitchen. When I go, that sounds bad. When I go get the mail, because we don't get a lot of like real mail. It's a lot of junk mail, to be honest. And sometimes I don't get it every day because it's like, what's the point? Like, there's nothing fun in there anyway. It's just crap. So, when I do go get the mail, going and sorting it right away versus just throwing it on the counter and be like, cool, it's just crap. I'll deal with it later. Which I'm notorious for too, even though I have a mail organizer. Like, people, like, I'm literally putting all this effort in, like, buying these products to help myself, and then I'm like, screw it. I'll just throw it on the counter. I'll sort it later. Why? I don't know. Anyway, so I just need to do that right away, and then that way I don't have to think about it, and the counters would be clean at that point. Duh. Anyway, you know, I mean, I feed the cats every night. Like, I don't forget to do that. I'm not that mean, but feeding the cats, like, that's just part of my routine. I have to do that. George and I have it divided up. He does the morning shift because I'm not up usually in time to do anything except leave the house. And, so he takes care of the morning because he gets to go to work a little bit later than me. And then at night, I handle the night shift on the cat feeding, routine. So, and then, yeah, picking up his end of that chore would be doing the cat litter because that's his job at the moment. And then you would do your zone cleaning. So your zone cleaning, once you've gotten better at it and you've been doing it more often, shouldn't take you very long. But basically it would be like, okay, I'm going to go clean this room, for example, or something like that. So for me, I went and I divided mine up. Like Mondays, I made a note that I would do the kitchen, would be my zone. So you might ask, well, what does that mean if you're doing a zone cleaning? So a zone cleaning is more of a deep cleaning. So for example, that might mean that, that might mean that I would go and I would like clean out the fridge. I would go ahead and sweep the floors, mop the floors, clean the bottom of the fridge. For us, we have like the little venti. I mean, I guess everybody has that little vent thing that's at the bottom, the grate. But because we have cats, like it sucks all this hair down there all the time. So I would need to get down there and actually like clean the hair out of there with like a vacuum or what have you. Clean the front of the appliances, like with a stainless steel cleaner. Clean the stovetop off. Most of the time you would do that when you cook anyway, but just maybe like more of a deep cleaning because I have like a scrubby polish thing I could put on that. And then going and cleaning the coffee pot and the small appliances. So any type of surface areas, like the toaster on the sides, kind of like stainless steel. So if I were to like clean that and make sure underneath of it, there's not any crumbs hanging out. You want to wash the inside of the window. Some of the stuff is from them, and then I kind of edited a little bit. So what that means for me is that I would have to put away all the dishes. I would need to pull some stuff out, like a shelf and things, and then wash the inside of the window off, just in case it's got like watermarks or anything on it, because the window's right next to the sink. Cleaning the microwave inside and out, that's a job I completely avoid doing at all costs unless literally someone's coming over, because I hate it so much. Our microwave, it's not like we have stuff in there that we like let blow up or anything, but for some reason it's disgusting all the time. It's like naturally disgusting. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I need to like do more of a deep cleaning on that. That would also involve cleaning the fan and the vent and hood as well. So basically taking out the filter from the microwave hood and washing that, and just cleaning the top of the hood off, cleaning the cat bowls and cleaning the counters. So some of that stuff's going to be maintained slowly throughout the week, so it shouldn't take me quite as long. But the point is that you're doing like more of an intense cleaning on those things. So that would be Monday. So tomorrow, and then Tuesdays are kind of a little more stressful for me, so I try to give myself a little bit of like a slacky day. So I combine the entryway, the dining room, the front porch, and trash day. So it sounds like a lot, but the entryway, I don't really have anything in the entryway except a rug, and that's it. The dining room we barely ever use, so there's not a lot going on in there other than just a table and chairs. And then the front porch, that would basically entail like watering the plants, maybe sweeping the porch off, that sort of thing. So that shouldn't take that long. And then trash day, that's George's deal. So that would be his chore, would be to gather all the recycling and the trash and handle that. So I also put on the list to dust the windowsill in that room, because the cats like to sit there just to get the cat fur off of it. Clean the front door, like we have a little window on the door, so clean that. Sweep and vacuum and mop those areas. Clean the window for that room, clean the mirror, clean the top of the dining room table and polish it. That would also entail like taking the cushions off of the chairs, putting them in the dryer first to get the fur off of them, and then washing them. That would also entail going by the entry table. That's where we have our mail and like keys and all that type of stuff falls. So that would be going through that, just making sure that's not really gross, polishing it off. And we also put our shoes there too, so just making sure that there's not like dirt and stuff from the shoes going there. Cleaning the sliding door, and as I said, watering the plants. So that would be Tuesday. And then another thing is there's a lot of things I don't like doing. Vacuuming is one of the things, like, just because we have so many animals, and it entails like going over multiple spots sometimes because the vacuum just can't get it. I don't know. So I feel like this would help too, just because of the fact that like I'm just handling a room. Like I can do just a room, like just handle a rug in a room, per day. I think that's kind of manageable. So if I break it up a little bit, it shouldn't be too bad. Wednesdays actually aren't too bad of a day for me, but I was going to handle more of the bigger areas. So it would be a living room and den. And for those, that would be, and this one I didn't put on this list, but any room, just checking for like cobwebs and stuff too, just making sure that you don't have cobwebs in your corners in the ceiling area, or if you have light fixtures, they're just dusted off. So for the living room den, we do cleaning the windows, so cleaning the bay window in the front and the regular window in the back, dusting off the furniture, cleaning in between the couch cushions, vacuuming the couches, get the hair off of them. Also, this may not happen, but my goal would be maybe to wash the curtains more regularly, like put them in the dryer to get the fur off of them and then attempt to wash them. Because right now I don't do it all the time, just because of the fact that it's such a pain to take down curtains all the time. But I mean, I might try to do that. I'm just putting that on the list as a goal. And then also we have like little oil burners for the cats. It's supposed to be like pheromones or something. I don't know. But I was convinced to get them from the vet. So making sure that they still have oil in them, or restocking the oil in those, which is pretty easy. It's just a plug-in. And then cleaning the baseboards as well. And that should really be on all the lists. Just making sure there's not any fur on them, because that would most likely be what would be on the baseboard. Thursday is kind of like more of a bathroom day. So Thursday would entail the guest bathroom, the half bath, and the laundry room. So some of the laundry room might end up being on George's chore list because he's more often in the laundry room than I am. Like, he is the one that is washing the clothes. He's also the one doing the cat litter. So those two things kind of go together. So I might have him more just make sure it's swept and everything, and then I would just go ahead and mop because I would be mopping anyway. So right now, that would entail like taking the rugs out of the bathrooms and washing them, mopping the floor, sweeping the floor, cleaning the shower stall, making sure all the recycling from upstairs is downstairs so we can put it in the recycle bin, clean the mirrors, clean the toilets, clean the counter, clean the cabinet faces, clean the sink, refilling supplies, cleaning the fan vents, because actually, I've been reading how dangerous it is on those. Like, we actually need to clean them pretty regularly, which I haven't been doing. So I should start doing that because apparently that's really a fire hazard. So I need to do that more often. And then wiping down the washer and dryer too, just because of the fact that the washer and dryer is in there with the cat litter, it actually can get like just dust and stuff. So it would be good to rewash that. Cleaning the washer seal, because with the front loads, they have like that seal there and sometimes they can get a little smelly. So actually getting in there and cleaning that. Making sure that we have laundry supplies, so that'll help us with the weekend coming up when we need to get like supplies. Making sure we have stuff, removing any cobwebs again. The lint trap in there is usually cleaned every single time, but maybe just getting in there with, I have like a tube that goes off the vacuum and just vacuuming down there to make sure there's not any leftover lint that kind of fell into the little crevices. And then cleaning the baseboards. So that would be what would be on that one. So that's gonna be kind of a busy day. The bathrooms aren't giant, but and they're not usually horrifically dirty, but just, you know, making sure all those little things are done. Now Friday, I tried not to give myself too busy of a day because it's Friday. Everyone wants to like do stuff on Friday. You don't want to like clean. Anyway, so I try to make it not too terrible. And then if I'm trying to give myself a little leeway because I don't want to be like gung-ho and then feel bad if I don't do everything perfectly. But Friday, if some of that stuff doesn't happen on Friday, then I might push it to Sunday. Just because Sunday is like kind of a last resort day. So Saturday is a free day. So I'm not doing anything on Saturday, let's be honest. Friday, I put bonus room, guest bedroom, George's bedroom, that's probably going to be on him, and then upstairs hallway, because I figure the hallway just needs to be vacuumed and like the baseboards cleaned. The stairs need to be vacuumed, which I hate doing. Oh my god, I hate doing that so much. It's like the worst. And then the bonus room, the guest bedroom, barely anyone ever sleeps in there, so just making sure that like it looks fine. I mean, if someone slept in there recently, that would be doing the laundry, but no one's been in there in a while, so it's fine. So probably just going in there and doing like a vacuum, dust the furniture, that sort of thing, which it barely has to need furniture either. George's bedroom, that's gonna be on him because like he's in there all the time, so he would just need to vacuum his own room and tidy it up or what have you. And I know that sounds bad that he has his own room, but it's like his little man cave. So that's what I mean by his room. It's like one of our extra bedrooms that he's taken over. So, and then the bonus room or our office, for me, that would mean going in and sweeping. My goal would be to also like vacuum the cat tree off because there's a lot of fur on it. And I mean, it's kind of like in some ways, I feel like it's almost a wasted effort because the cats are always going to be climbing on it. It's always going to have fur on it, but maybe make me feel better if I vacuumed it off so it's not completely skeezy all the time. So maybe I should work on that. So I put that on the list. Any receipts that we just need to shred or recycle or something, go ahead and do that. If you have any shred mail, like just credit card offers, that sort of thing, shred them. Make sure my desk is clean. So it shouldn't take too long because some of these things, like my desk is usually clean. Also making sure the junk table doesn't get junky again, that would be an issue. Removing cobwebs. What else did I put? Blah, 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 blah. Cleaning the window. And the window does get pretty dirty because the cats are always in it all the time. Dusting the furniture, sweeping and mopping the floor. I think that's it for that room. So even though it sounds like it's a lot of rooms, 2 of the rooms are are rarely used. So it shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't think. Now Sunday, that's kind of like a cleanup day, and just tidy up things that are left over. So that would entail for George to do the laundry, us to go grocery shopping together, the master bedroom and bathroom to be cleaned, and then I put cat maintenance on here, and that means that like the cats get a brush. If we need to like cut any toenails, that sort of thing would be done on that day. So for that, I have to wash the rugs in the bathroom, or the one rug in the bathroom, to like straighten up the cabinets and the countertop, clean the shower stall, polish the furniture, of course wash and dry the clothes, that's part of the laundry, put away the clothes, wash sheets, wash the windows, clean under the bed, brush the cats, clean the baseboards, clean the cobwebs, if any, vacuum, sweep, and mop. So it's a long list, but I feel like once we're doing it pretty regularly, it's gonna be a pretty, oh, and then like clean the toilet, that's not on there, but that's an obvious one. I'm adding that as we speak. I'm like, how did I forget that? Okay, clean the toilet because it's in the bathroom. So that would be kind of the list there for that. It shouldn't take too horribly long. Some of this is gonna be divided up between George and I, but you know, just pulling some things to wash, things like that. So that's kind of where I am. That's kind of like the plan at this point. And I really highly recommend the book too, because it's very informative, and it's almost kind of silly in a way when you read it, because you're like, well, duh, like obviously that makes sense to do things in small increments, and then it's not a big mess at the end of the week, duh. Meanwhile, I'm constantly doing it wrong. So apparently I need that information drilled in a little harder because I didn't get it the first time. So my goal is to try to get this stuff accomplished, because I feel like if I didn't stress about like these little things, then, I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird, but maybe I feel like if I had some confidence from being able to accomplish a goal, one, of not being a slob all the time, I feel like that would really help with things. Because I feel like the organization thing, I love organizing, but I feel like there's all this other stuff that I don't like doing, like mopping or something stupid that gets in the way of that. Because I'm like, well, I don't really want to organize something, but there's all this other crap around that needs to be done first. So I feel like if I get all this stuff out of the way, get that stuff together, then I think I'd feel a little bit better. I feel like I'm gaining a little more confidence. I'm reaching my goals a little bit better. Then we'll start working on some other things that need to be happening. But, and that's probably going to be a side thing I have to work on anyway, but we're going to talk about that later. I don't even feel like getting into that because it's dramatic and it's upsetting. So this is kind of what we're at now. And my word for this is being a chore avoider, but it's really like a procrastinator, because anytime you don't want to do something and you're just like putting it off and putting it off, it's a procrastination problem. So my goal would be to try to kind of get on a schedule, keep going with the schedule even if I don't feel like it, and then I feel like every week it would get easier and easier because I'm doing these things already. So, I mean, things can't get but so dirty when you're maintaining them. So that's kind of where I am today. I just wanted to give you guys like a little story time on issues that I'm dealing with, and maybe a plan for the future to try to get things back on track. And we'll kind of go from there. Let me know if you guys have any issues like this that you guys are dealing with, or if you found this interesting at all. Feel free to subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming up about this. I want to do some of the clean with me's on the days that I need to do these things, so you can see what a zone cleaning would look like, or just like maybe what the night and morning routine would look like. So that's kind of coming up, but this is just kind of an intro video on like where I'm at and what my goal would be. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or anything, just let me know in the comments, okay?